YouTube, what's good, man? It's your guy Darian on the BowTie Fragrance Guy on this channel. We talk about fragrances, obviously, BowTie Fragrance Guy. But we also talk about looking good and smelling great. So if you're into all of that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting that bell icon as well. So anytime a new video gets uploaded on the channel, you get notified. Guys, I'm excited about today's video because I'm going to be talking about my impressions of the newest releases from the brand of Amouage. I'm talking about that being in Decision and Existence. Now, Decision is the newest release marketed towards men. Existence, the newest release marketed towards women. But I also have a surprise. Amouage actually sent me these fragrances, and they also sent me a new aged batch, a special aged batch that I'm going to share with you guys and kind of talk to you all about what that means of my favorite fragrance from the entire house, which is Reflection 45. Reflection 45, you guys that have been following me know how much I love that fragrance. And they sent me a new batch, a special batch, I would say, of Reflection 45. So I cannot wait to share with you guys my thoughts on that. So this should be a good one. If you want to hear my thoughts on the newest releases from the brand of Amouage, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into this video. So, the newest releases from the brand of Amouage. As I said again, they did send these to me. Again, I know, guys, there's all kind of commentary out there about fragrances and when people get sent fragrances. A lot of it comes from people that never get sent fragrances and they don't really know what they're talking about. But Amouage, when they send fragrances, there's really no communication. There is one of the guys that handles their marketing and say, hey, we're going to send this over. They say nothing about, they don't even say review it. I like to talk about the fragrances because I like to talk about the brand. And I just think, especially if it's something that you kind of feel and you talk about it, give your thoughts on it. You guys don't have to go out and purchase it or anything like that. I just want to give you guys my thoughts on these newest releases from the brand of Amouage. I do want to say this, before Amouage ever sent me a fragrance, I had about 25 fragrances in my collection that I paid for myself. So there's that. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first one, which of course the big doozy here, the newest release that I'm sure everybody wants to hear about, Decision. So it came in here and there is probably about 10 ml of the newest fragrance marketed towards women called Existence as well. If you've seen Amouage packaging, they've been kind of consistent with a very similar kind of presentation on a lot of their fragrances. This sleeve slides off. You have a box here that says Amouage, Gift of Kings. They've been doing a lot with this more kind of neutral kind of color palette with a lot of the presentation of their fragrances themselves and, of course, the boxes. And then when you open it up, this is really neat. They have some test strips here that you can utilize when testing these out. And there's a note from the CEO and creative director over there now, Mr. Renaud Salmon. All right, you're probably not going to be able to see that because of the lighting, but there is in the box. All right. So this is kind of sort of what it says. These fragrances were created by Quentin Biche. I think this one retails for $380. It's 100 ml. And the fragrance oil concentration is at 33%. So it should stick around for quite some time. So this is the fourth chapter, final chapter of the Odyssey collection, inspired by stunning peaks of Jebel Shams in Oman and the life-changing power of conscious choice. The opening of this is an extraordinary, piercing through a combination of bergamot, juniper berries, frankincense, and myrrh. The luminosity of the trio is arresting and unavoidable. Compelling all around to take note of it. It is might while unfolding with Atlas cedar and deep vanilla. So just a few notes on the fragrance. Here is the presentation. I must say I do really like this presentation. I can't really tell you what color this is. It's like when I was seeing it, in pictures and things of that nature. I thought it was more of like a, I guess you would call it maybe, I thought it was like a white, kind of clear white bottle, but it's kind of this, oh, it's kind of an off-white color. That's the best way for me to describe it. You can definitely see how much fragrance you have left, but I do like I'm digging the presentation. Again, this is called Decision, and also in here is the 10 ml. I'm assuming this is about 10 ml of the newest one marketed towards women called Existence. You can see that on the bottom there. That's exactly what this is. So again, done by Quentin Biche. He's done quite a few fragrances for Amouage here as of late. I'm gonna let you guys get a closer look at the presentation. Like I said, some of the main notes in here, you're gonna get some cardamom, some pink pepper, this frankincense, merged juniper berries, cedarwood, vanilla, and patchouli. I can already smell it from just smelling the atomizer there. So let's open up test strips and I'm gonna spray it and just kind of give you guys my impressions on it. All right. Here's some nice test strips. They say Amouage on the test strip there, which my camera is probably not gonna pick it up. In the words of somebody that lives where I'm from, my hometown, I'm about to say F it. Anyway, it says Amouage. That didn't work out too well. All right, so let's get a spritz of this, man, and see what this one be like. See the atomizer. All righty then. Okay, this is really, really spicy. I'm picking up a lot of spice in this. Where is that coming from? Pink pepper. Pink pepper, cardamom. Get a lot of that up top. The frankincense in here is similar to what I smell in Search. Hopefully my editors will put Search up on the screen. There's another fragrance that I got from Amouage. Early on, they kind of started this collection. I think it's a part of the Odyssey collection, Search. Same kind of frankincense there. The frankincense, which it was eye-opening to me at the time to learn that frankincense can, different kinds of frankincense, this one can have kind of this kind of citrusy nuance to it. And that is what I am picking up here in addition to this kind of fresh spiciness in the opening. And obviously that is coming from the cardamom and the pink pepper. It's nice. It's nice. Is it something I put in a love category? Initially, no, but this is nice. This, again, a lot of these fragrances from Amouage that have been using that frankincense, they kind of have a similarity to them that makes them unquestionably an Amouage fragrance. And I could have smelled this blind without anybody telling me what the brand was or what the fragrance was. And I would have said this is an Amouage fragrance because, again, it does have that same a similarity to the fragrance Search when I smell that one. And I'm thinking, I'm sure it's that frankincense because it uses the same variety of frankincense in here. Yeah, very, very woody. I'm starting to pick up on the cedarwood here. A little bit of the sweetness from the vanilla is already starting to peek its head in here. So that's nice. I mean, it retails for $380. 380 bucks. So if you guys want to check out this one, I want to definitely wear it and see how the performance and things of that nature is. And I want to come back and do a full review of it, but I like it. I do like it. I'll see how it wears on my skin and see if it turns into a love, but it's nice. You guys out here that love that kind of smoky spray, that smoky, spicy with a little hint of, freshness, a little bit of, like I said, a citrusy element kind of coming in there from the frankincense, will probably really enjoy this one. If you like smoky, woody fragrances, this would probably be up your alley. Love the bottle. Going to give myself a few full wearings and come back and give you guys a full review, but this is the newest one, Decision. Now, the other one, Existence here, that is marketed towards women, I can tell you guys now that this is something that may not be more so up my alley because, again, it's marketed towards women and it is centered around Lily of the Valley. It's not a note that I usually gravitate towards, but centered in a nice little atomizer here. Again, look at how they're using those more neutral color tones with a lot of their stuff, but it's centered around Lily of the Valley. Has lily of the valley, rose, frankincense, ambergris, musk, and benzoin as some of the main notes. I'm gonna spray it on my skin and see what it smells like. That lily of the valley, it hits you right in the face. Right in the face when you smell the fragrance. Now, although it's marketed toward women, I can definitely see this being a unisex offering. I like this one as well. Again, a light. It's not a love or first, but is it like? I do like it. Now, again, I had to brace myself because that lily of the valley hit me right in my nostrils when I first smelled this, but it's kind of being tamed already. Like that, just that initial blast out of the atomizer. Starting to get more of the rose and some freshness. I like this one. Wonder if I like this better than Decision. Yeah, the initial blast, like I said, was a bit much, but now already it's kind of being tamed. I'm getting more rose in here, and you guys know I love the note of rose. Oh, yeah. I like this one. Now, again, this one is marketed towards women. If you guys know anything about the brand of Amouage, these fragrances that are in these bottles, I say, are more male-marketed fragrances. And the fragrances for women come in a little bit more of a smaller, almost square type bottle. But I will tell you, the women's range has a lot of fragrances that are really good that guys can pull off. One that I still want to add to my collection is Overture Woman. That is an amazing fragrance. I heard Sunshine Woman is good, as well as Journey Woman is really good as well from the women's range. So I got to check those out. But I do know for a fact Overture Woman is one that I love. But I'm really enjoying this one. This smells really good. The rose is kind of overtaking the lily of the valley, at least on my skin. Mixing with that frankincense. Again, it's a similar frankincense in this one as well. I guess that's kind of the theme of this, the Odyssey collection. That frankincense note in here. Yeah, I like this one. I'm definitely going to give this one, I want to wear that one out as well. Like I said, it's marketed towards women, but I'm wearing it right now, and I can tell you this is a fragrance that guys can get away with rocking as well. So keep that in mind with this brand. Just because they're marketed towards women, Amouage is they do such quality and such creativity with their fragrances. Even a lot of their stuff for females is not like overly feminine fragrances with most of their offerings. So, you know, when you're out and about, try them and see what you think. But like I said, guys, I was so happy when I got this. I didn't even know about this, but this is like a new special age batch of Reflection 45, which is my favorite fragrance from Amouage. So I just want to get into it. I do have to read the little note in here they sent to kind of explain to you about this special batch. All right, so it says, I'm delighted to send you a bottle of Reflection 45 Exceptional Extrait Batch J08291. A rare production of Amouage, of an Amouage icon, left to age for 5 extra months beyond the standard protocol while the manufacturer waited for bottles to arrive. So it sounds like the fragrance was already mixed and they had to wait an additional amount of time to receive bottles to bottle up the fragrance, which gave it extra time to macerate. With the duration of 5 extra months of aging, Reflection 45 became marginally smoother, while the blend gives off a creamier patina, where the butteriness of the orris takes central stage. The aging also gave the perfume a slightly deeper orange color because of the natural ingredients used within. Not intentionally, Reflection 45 batch J08291 has brightened our days in the Amouage manufacturer, etc., etc. So that's kind of the story behind it. This fragrance had to get some extra aging, so it allowed the fragrance to macerate. I've told you guys on countless occasions that when you first get a fragrance, obviously that's what's going to draw you in. If you like it, you're going to buy it based off that initial impression of the fragrance. But to really get a full essence of a fragrance, a lot of times, especially the first 6 months or so, once you've given that fragrance time to macerate, especially once you've gotten that first couple sprays out of, got kind of some of the air out of it, so to speak, you really get into more of the essence of what the fragrance is going to be as far as notes, and also especially as far as how the fragrance performs. Now you can kind of see through this bottle, and unless my eyes are deceiving me, that looks like more of an orange tint to the fragrance. I don't know if you guys will be able to pick that up on camera. But here's the thing. I've had my bottle now for quite some time. So my fragrance, my original bottle, has aged as well. Now, I will say this, because I did spray this one earlier. I just love it so much. I'm spraying it again on my hand. I will say this. I do get, even with my bottle having time to age and macerate, I do get a little bit more of a creaminess and also a little bit slight more of a woodiness from this particular batch. Just a little bit more of a creaminess. Now, again, it's not anything that probably the average nose would pick up, obviously, but my nose can kind of, pick up a little bit more of a creaminess from this particular batch. So again, my original bottle has already had time to age as well. So it is very much settled into what it's going to be. And that one is creamy. It is really, really smooth. I get a lot of the orris butter in that as well. But this one is really, it has a little bit more of a creamy presence, almost as if the sandalwood was amped up. That's kind of the way I would describe it. But guys, this is so good. Look at that oil on my hand. I don't know if we can pick that up. I hope it will. These fragrances from the Straight collection last all day on my skin. So guys, I'm pretty sure they are selling this new batch. So especially for you guys that may have been curious about this fragrance and never picked it up, you can save yourself the time of allowing or having your fragrance to macerate and get to this level of being good just by picking up maybe a bottle of this new batch. They didn't say whether or not it's on the website. I haven't checked or anything, but if it is, I called out the batch code. You guys can go check and see if they have that available. So if you want to check it out, it's already been aged and macerated for you, so you don't get the best essence of what that fragrance is off the top. But I just want to come on and give you guys my initial impressions of these fragrances. Again, Decision and Existence, and talk about the new special aged batch of Reflection 45. Have you guys had a chance to smell any of these fragrances? Have you had a chance to sample any of these fragrances? If so, I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time, and I appreciate your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. And don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these out to some other folks that you think could use the information, find it entertaining. Because then we got Darian, man, on the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out.